What's the minimum a man has to make for you to take him serious?
It's not about what they're making. It's about what they're bringing to the table. And I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about
double speak.
No.
You divorced the guy for not making enough.
No, it wasn't about that. It was that he was saying he was trying to make money, but he was just using that as a justification to be out.
That's just a form of double speak.
How many times can you avoid giving a number? Give that number first.
Okay,
Like,
okay. Are we living in
No.
the city?
You answer these
Are we living in the
questions.
country? Like when I live in Michigan, the cost of living there is a lot cheaper than living in Frederick, for
Look,
instance. So
okay.
you would have to make twice as much money.
Circumstances, what is the number?
I mean, if he's bringing home enough to be able to afford to do what we want to do with our life, like go out to dinners, if he wants to do that, be able to afford to do that kind of
You gotta
stuff.
give us a number.
Right, words not. Yeah, you're giving words and not a number.
We need a number. 30K, 40K, 50K. What is it?
Like I said, I mean,
No. You just give the
this-
number.
Jeez.
A number.
Like, what do you mean,
number.
geez? You keep giving word. Like, I'm saying,
So
I should
after
say, geez. Give the number.
after he's paying child support, and after, I mean, I don't know what the variables are, but I would say enough to be able to
No, the
afford to
number.
pay his own bills and to be able to afford a
let's
lifestyle.
have a logical conversation, right?
Yeah,
So
okay.
when you spoke about your ex, you said that one of the reasons why you divorced him was due to money, finances. So if you're being logical, right? Meaning that you can use examples of your past to think back of why you disqualified a man. So we're asking for the future. What's the income, the minimum requirement for you to take a man seriously? Obviously, you can use a past example of what the amount your ex was making. You wouldn't accept that. So give me a ballpark range of what's the minimum.
More than me, so $175,000 a year.
Okay, there we go.
Minimum.
So
Excellent.
$175,000.
This is a great answer.
And
You-
that's like a way I would probably show him a little more respect than I had for other men in my relationships that I've had, because I feel like, you know, I want somebody that I want to follow. I want somebody that is a leader to me. And I want to be in a position where I walk in a room and I'm like, oh, that is my
Yeah, exactly.
freaking man,
I'm trying to
dude.
get you to tell the truth that
You know
I
what
have
I
accepted.
mean?
Right. Like,
Yeah.
this just makes sense.
Yeah, ladies,
so
also,
that's how I would look at
this
it.
podcast is called No Fugazi. You don't got to sugarcoat anything. We will never knock a woman if she has high standards, because you're not special. All women tend to have some high standards. The thing is, when you're not speaking truth, and that's when we get into the back and forth, because we're trying to extract the truth from you. So this is where the debates come from, because you were using a form of double speak, meaning that you're saying words, but you're trying to disguise from telling the truth.
Right.
So we asked you, what's your minimum requirement? You go into spoke about, well, it's not about minimum. It's about, like, if you said a few words that meant nothing.
Well, no,
it was like as long as he can, like, meet something. I'm like, well, what does that mean?
it's expected that you need to maintain plausible deniability for pretty much everything. We're trying to eliminate that.
I gotcha.
Yeah. What's the minimum requirement that a man has to make for you to take him seriously?
I'd say 100K is fair. You know what I mean? Like, it's not bad of a money to make, a salary.
Okay,
I'm not
100K.
Killing them, yeah.
All right. What's your minimum requirement for you to take a man seriously?
I would say maybe like 110,000.
100, 10. That 10 count.
That's like the price. That's like the price is right.
That 10 do
the price
count.
is
It's
right.
like-
dude.
You got a Trump homegirl.
She like,
bro.
dag, I should have said 120.
My standard's a little higher than hers. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so then what if the man of your dreams comes to your life? He has everything you're looking for, like physique, qualities, personality, but he makes 90K.
He make 90.
You don't make that 100K. You gonna double him?
I mean, I feel like that's workable because, I mean, me personally, I don't feel like you're ever going to get the perfect guy. So I'm not like completely shut off to making.
Let me go a little lower, 80K. I'm not gonna go lower than that. 80K. What if he just makes 80K?
Let's just say it's less than what you make.
Pretty much, yeah.
He really has to check off the boxes in those other categories in order for me to
Okay.
Makes sense.
consider.
Okay. And fun fact.
Fun fact about I like hiking.
When's the last time you hiked though?
Nah, word like maybe like
Yo, black
I feel
people
like
always
last-
trying to
I-
say them little, I like hiking it. Man, you ain't never hiked before,
I
bruh.
did. I
She
just
hiked
last
one time
I
in
I know,
middle
right?
school.
She ain't even hiked. She's
like
seen
hiking.
it on TV like, oh, that looked
I
fun to
Googled
do.
it.
I
I
guess so.
Googled it one time.
Nah, but
I like doing that.
She went on a field trip, hiked that
No,
one
you know how
time.
little kids be? Little kids, they see stuff on TV like, Oh yeah, I like doing that. You never did it before. I don't know why you like doing it.
It's
been
because
there.
of the Oculus. That's why.
I promise you, maybe like 2 years ago was the last time I hiked. But I did hike, guys. I promise you.
Okay.
Like one time.
Like,
No, twice actually. I think that's fair enough for me to say I like it.
That's
I did
fair.
it again.
Hey, that's
so
great.
I like it
that.
enough.
Okay.
Fair
what
enough.
about a hidden talent? Are you good at something that's very weird? Like, I don't know. Like some people are double jointed. Are you double jointed?
How fast can you hit a vein?
I would say maybe like 5-10 seconds.
Hell yeah. My mom was a nurse for 30 years. She just retired, actually. Yeah.
Love that.
Shout out to moms.
Wow. This
Now let's bring it back around. And this question is going to be, what did your ex make? Starting with you.
So my ex was a NYPD officer, so I think like top salary is at 5 years in New York. So I think he was making like starting out, and by the time like I broke up with him, maybe like maybe like 60, 70K.
This is borderline doxing.
60, 70K.
Okay. 60, 70K. All right. Now, your ex, how much did your ex make?
I would say around 80 to 90. Like, he was like army guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how much did your ex make?
My ex-husband or my ex-boyfriend?
Just like
that was like
the
12
most
years
previous
ago.
ex.
My most previous ex made like 75,000 probably.
Okay. So what we've all established here, women, was you
That you date
have
under
these
your standard.
standards.
Yeah, way under my
right? You
standard.
have these standards for
Yeah.
guys, meaning that your standard was 175, yours was 100,000, yours was 110,000. You have standards that men need to meet in order for you to take them seriously, but your last guy didn't even meet that standard. Now, when like you're dating and stuff, and men hear about this, is like, what? Like, why do women put it? Here's a question, and let's start with you, and then we'll go around.
Okay.
Why do women make rules for some guys and break rules for other guys? Because like currently right now, your exes didn't meet the financial requirement that you have, the financial standard, but now you're putting this standard on other men.
I would say that's because I've grown and learned, and I've been working on myself. Like I said, I'm single by choice. So I've been going to therapy and figuring out why I would choose to date somebody like that, knowing that I can't fix them. I can't make them. I fall in love with somebody's potential. It's true. I mean, I look at this guy and I see what he's capable of, and
Well, that's
see
a
what he wants
contradiction
do.
to having a standard.
Well, that was 3 years ago when I started dating that guy. So
Yeah, but that's a
I'm saying
contradiction.
right now what my standard is.
But even that's still a contradiction to your standard now. Because if you say that you have a standard of $175,000, but then you also date men that have potential. So will you
Have
date a
dated.
guy
I'm
that
not
makes
dating them now.
$60,000 a year, but you see the potential in him to make 175? Where are you going to see that potential at?
He was a business owner, so I saw his dream.
No, I'm speaking like just in general. Like if a guy is like comes up to you now, he's like, "Yeah, baby, what's up? I'm trying to see what's up with you, ma." And he makes $75,000 a year. He makes an entire $100,000 under your standard of 175. What potential are you going to see in him?
I'm probably not going to see potential there right now.
Yeah, so that's the contradiction. So you say that you have a standard, but you also see potential that's A and also not A. It's a logical
No, I
contradiction.
mean, that's growing and maturing. I can admit that I've made mistakes and learn from them and decide
Yeah, I know,
not to
but this-
continue making the same
Yeah,
mistakes.
but your
That's
statement is a lie.
That's
No,
a contradiction.
That's not a lie.
Well, women have
I
to dance
mean,
around
You
the
know,
truth.
so look.
That's like if you get a speeding ticket, are you
No,
going
no,
to
no,
start
I'm not
paying
saying that.
attention and not getting another speeding ticket? Yeah, you're going to learn. You're not going to speed through that zone anymore. Like I've touched the fire. I got burned. I've learned. I'm in therapy. I'm not saying that I'm even actively seeking something
All right,
serious
never
right
mind.
now.
I was gonna say I'm just because I tend to look at things from a logical lens. A contradiction is simply just a lie. It's you say yes to something, but also no.
I think accountability is definitely not lying. I mean, saying that you know you did something wrong and you don't think that it was a good idea, that's just being accountable.
No. I'm just asking you. I asked you two questions. So the first question was, what's your minimum requirement? You say 175. Then the conversation continues. We ask another question about, well, what did the last guy make? And then currently right now, you say that you still look for potential in men. Do you currently still to this day look for potential in men?
I look for potential in men in a lot of ways, and especially
And does
like
that
spiritual
potential
growth. It's
does
not
that
all about
potential need to
financial.
start with $175,000 a year?
It doesn't have to start with anything specific. I mean, it would
Yeah,
be
so
great
then
if
that's
they're making
A,
that kind of money.
And also not A, it's a
definitely-
lie. It's just a lie.
I don't know. I feel like it's not.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
I can
not black and
decode
white.
this. I can decode
Yeah.
this for everyone. So look, women have to dance around the truth about their true nature. This is to maintain their reputation, right? So what you're really trying to say is that if a man makes your tingle, you will treat him differently, right? This if you have a sexual attraction to this man that you cannot deny, right? And you are drawn to this man in a very primal way, you will sacrifice this standard of 175,000 and you will see the potential in him.
Me specifically, no.
Yes, all women.
No, I'm definitely not on that level right now.
Yeah, because think about it. What he says makes sense. Because have you ever dated a guy that made 175K?
Yeah,
You have?
yeah.
Did he make your tingle?
No,
There we go.
And that's why you're not with him today.
but I'm just saying
so
it's
look,
not
what
all
I'm
about
saying-
sexual
look.
attraction, and
Right,
money
well,
doesn't necessarily
right,
make
but
me
sexual
attracted
attraction
to
is
them or not
extremely
attracted to them.
powerful, extremely powerful, right? It affects our central nervous system and it affects the way we operate with people, right?
But I'm more sapiosexual. I'm more attracted to somebody that's smart that can hold a conversation with
That's
me.
just some
You know
word.
what,
Look, women have to dance around the truth about their true nature because they have to preserve their reputation, and the more that they preserve their reputation, the better a man that they can get. They have to appear pure because they understand that high-value men want pure women. So they have to dance around the truth, and this is just something that we have to accept. And trying to like negotiate with this is always going to end up in this kind of like back and forth where I can't get you to say a number, and this is just how it always, So why? Sometimes I'm just like, why even bother?
I don't
So,
know,
ladies,
why
what
bother?
do y'all think about that? You think that Jake is right about your
I think he's
nature, or
posturing.
do you think that Jake is? Yeah, I can speak.
Yeah, no, I think he's posturing. I think that he's just trying to prove a point. I don't really have a nature to go after a man specifically for money or anything. If I were to have a standard, if I were to have an ideal man, I would love to have a man that could take me on vacation. I would like to have a man that has grown children that I don't need to babysit. I have a lot of standards. I want a man that wants to go to church with me and pray with me, but that doesn't mean that that's specifically they have to do all of those exact things. It's not necessarily about like being sexually drawn to somebody. Like there's a lot of things that make my pussy tingle.
Right.
It's not just
Sure,
how much
of
money
course,
they
of course.
make. All right.
Of course.
But do I want a man that makes my pussy tingle? Yeah,
Of
100%.
No, and yeah, I would never like hold that against
Obviously,
you.
I
Look,
have
the ability
needs.
to be sexually attractive and the ability to protect and provide is like paramount for most women, and like
Mm-hmm.
for us to say that that's not true is cope.
I agree. I agree.
Okay. Moving right along to you. Question. So, because basically all of you ladies have a standard that a man needs to meet, a current man needs to meet, but you've dated, the last guy you recently dated, he did not meet that financial requirement. So the question is, why do women make rules for some guys but break rules for other guys?
That's a good question.
Yeah. So why do you break rules for some guys, but then other guys, it's like, he got to do extra. Maybe he got to cash app you to even like get a text back.
Take you on 100 dates.
Yeah, like some dudes, you'll maybe like, you're okay with like a coffee date, but this other dude, he got to take you to Steak Bay.
I mean, some men do lack some things that women want, right? Some men do have what women want. And some people just got to work a little harder. I'm sorry. Like, that's just how it is. You know what I mean?
Okay.
You just
All
have
right.
to work a little harder sometimes. Like, put some effort in it.
All right.
You have to.
And what about you?
So for example, like my last relationship was from 19 to 23. So I feel like in that sense, like me in general, as I am as a person and as I'm growing, I wouldn't ask a man to do something that I necessarily can't do for myself. So at the time, like I was working part-time at my job while I was in nursing school. So I wasn't making, the best money, and he was making more than me at the time. So, I mean, right, that it was working, and, we were wind up, trying in the relationship. But as I got older and matured and I finished nursing school and I was making more than him, I just kind of expected a little bit more as far as like him doing overtime or doing other things, and he could just kind of seem like he was stagnant, and I just felt like we were on two different paths. So
See, and that's why most men, they don't want their women to necessarily be independent and quote unquote work. Not because it's bad for them, but because of exactly what you said.
Mm-hmm.
When a man makes a lot of money, he wants to take care of his woman, be the provider, make sure she wants for nothing. But as soon as a woman starts making more money, than him, and he could be doing very well.
Right.
But as soon as he makes more money than him, all of a sudden he's not doing enough. He's not good enough.
He's losing leverage.
He needs to step his game up. Like the dude got 720 credit, $10,000 saved, his car's paid off, but he's not doing well.
I wish I could. Why wouldn't you want a man to do stuff you can't do? Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you want a man that can like do everything you can't do? And why wouldn't you want a man that can make you feel like a little girl and take care of you? And why don't you want? That's all I want. I want a man that comes in making $500,000 more than me a year or more, and I don't even have to think about money anymore. Let's go on the yacht. What are we drinking today? Where are the limes?
So that's fine. But like what I'm saying is like
pregnant though.
But what I'm saying is if you guys
Never
already
get
live
pregnant
together, if you guys already live together and he's paying the bills and 6 months later you make $10K more than him, now the relationship is over. Now he's not doing enough.
No, we're
But
going
that
to
wasn't.
Vegas.
That wasn't.
No, I'm just giving an example.
Yeah.
Every
like-
relationship is a power struggle. You have to understand this. Every relationship has leverage baked into it. And that leverage is always being calculated in both people's minds.
It is whether he's tall, whether he's not tall.
Right.
That has a value to it.
It's always dating is competitive
And that's
not
what Cooley was
collaborative.
getting at. You said whether it's tall or not, because if the guy is your type physically, he marks all the boxes when it comes to physical appearance. You won't care if he won't make $175,000.
I would care
I
I would
disagree.
care. I would care.
Okay, well,
that
maybe
just
you
makes
guys
him
won't, but
more.
most
annoying.
women
Well, no,
won't.
the novelty of that wears off over time. Like you can like a woman could date like a Chad that is a bum, but 2-3 months that novelty of that is going to wear off,
Right.
and you're like, why am I making more money than you? And she's going to go to the better guy, and this is just how it goes.
But also, like the guy that makes more money than the guy that makes more money than the Chad, you know,
Well,
like,
she's going to find something to be disappointed with in that guy too. Like,
exactly,
this is just how
exactly.
it works.
So, fellas,
like we all want better. Like it's not wrong to want better.
right. So, moral of the story is make good money and be sexually
No,
attractive.
yeah, the moral of the story is always be improving yourself and always be building yourself as a man.
right.
I don't
That's
know.
it.
I mean, the last relationship I had, the guy didn't make as much money. I think one of the main reasons it lasted is because we went to church together. Like that was literally, we had a spiritual bond. We even prayed together. We did things in that
Wait, but
way
you
together.
still broke up with him?
We still broke up. He
Wait.
ended up.
No,
he-
did you
yeah,
break
no,
up
we
with
had.
him?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, now your ex-husband,
Mm-hmm.
who initiated the divorce?
I think it was both of us.
No,
we
no.
separated for a while.
Yeah,
and
but
then we-
yeah, it can't be both. Someone has to actually like go to the courthouse and like file the paperwork. Who initiated that process?
I filed for divorce.
Yeah, so you divorced him.
Yeah.
You see how like it takes so much to like get the truth from women, and that's what men deal with on a day-to-day basis, which is why like yeah, not really that special. Special in a sense of like if we had to choose who to hang around with, like there's no such thing as platonic relationships between men and women, generally speaking, because it's like,
I agree.
well, if I'm friends with you, you get the masculine energy, you get the truth, you get direct answers.
Right.
I get everything is like, you know, vague with you. I gotta provide if something happens. Like say we out at a bar, you get into a fight, you can't protect me, but I can protect you. It's like there's really no benefit there. This is why, I think y'all better off in the kitchen, in the house, cooking some food and, you know, being feminine. Because it's like, you can't even speak the truth.
Well, women understand from a very young age, like basically as soon as they grow titties, they start playing the game, and they understand that the more direct an answer they give, the more power they give away. So they don't want to give
That
their
is true.
power away. They're just
That is
better.
true.
They're more socially adept than men are. They have to and they start to understand from a very young age that they get to manipulate men with their different, ambiguous answers, right? So if it benefits them, they're trained by society to keep doing this. It benefits them. Why? They have no incentive to give a direct answer.
And also for the conversation that we were just having, we were speaking about, we touched on a few things, right? So basically you women have a financial requirement, a minimum requirement. You all gave that. The ex didn't meet the minimum requirement, but you still are putting this requirement on future potential men. Now, this correlates to two things. It correlates to body count, and it also is going to correlate to basically the guys that you're going to take serious in a relationship. So how it correlates to body count is because you have this one, financial requirement that a guy has to meet. If the guy doesn't meet it, he may raise you up, like he was saying. Remember, he was saying, like, if it tickles your pee, right? He's basically saying that, well, women break rules for the guys that they have genuine desire for. The guys that they really don't have genuine desire for, they make more rules. Now, the thing is, the guy that met some requirement of $175,000 a year, you was with that man, right? You said that you was with him. You was with the guy like that. The other guys that didn't make that requirement, you broke up with them. So you're still searching for the guy that made the 175. You get what I'm saying? Which then increases the body count.
I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean that I slept with the guy that made 175.
But no, this is...
Is that what you're saying?
Well, not even if you didn't sleep with them, but the more, like, women dating a lot is not a good thing, because the more people you date, the more you compare and contrast, and the more chances there are for a guy to smash. You don't want to give so many attempts out there for a nigga to hit because you're emotional. Well, this dude may have the riz he may have some punchlines you ain't never heard before, and your vagina may not be ready. And then you getting bodied out like, God dang, I didn't even and then you have regret afterwards, like, dang, I didn't even want him to hit, but that just added to the body. So like, the more you actually date and put yourselves in these positions for potential sex, the
even just the
increases.
time wasted on messaging and talking to some of these guys seems like it's exhausting and draining. Dating, just generally, I would totally agree with that.
So if you like that clip and you want to watch more, click right here. But if you want to watch the full episode, click right here.